Okay, now we are going to see about protein classification, function, and how the proteins are digested and absorbed in our body, and what are the deficiency symptoms of protein in this class. And it has been already discussed in our theory class. Once again, I want to recall the portions for your reference. So, what is meant by protein? So, proteins are made up of amino acids. You all know. Amino acids are joined together by the peptide bond, and this is the simple structure of the amino acid. So this amino acid is containing amine group, one carboxylic group that is attached to the alpha carbon, and R is the hydrocarbon chain. And based on the R chain, the amino acids can be called as acid amino acid, basic amino acid, and also aliphatic, aromatic, and so many classifications are there depending upon the R chain. This is a simple structure of the amino acid. Next one is the protein, a simple structure. So amino acids are joined together by the peptide bond, and this is a simple structure of the protein. So many amino acids linked together, and this single line represents the peptide bond. And regarding the classification of the amino acids, protein, the proteins can be classified in so many ways based on the structure is fibrous, globular, intermediate. That is nothing but a primary, secondary, quaternary, and these are the some of the structures. Based on the structure or the existence, the protein can be classified, and based on the composition, whether it is contained only amino acids or amino acids with some other elements, and based on the composition, and based on the functions means whether the proteins are functioning as an enzyme or hormone or antibodies. So based on the functions also the proteins can be classified. So based on the functions, the protein has so many functions, like it has a role of enzymes, and as a regulatory protein there is nothing but the hormones, and storage protein storing the nutrients, and structural protein, the protein present in the structure, and the especially the keratin, fibrin, and collagen, these are present in our skin and also in our hair, which are nothing but the protein. And transport protein transporting the nutrients by the help of the hemoglobin. So these are nothing but these are the proteins present in our body which are performing its special functions. So these are the different forms of the protein present in our body. Just to go through each and every functions of the protein and what are the examples and how it is present. Contractile protein, nothing but the protein present in our muscles for contraction purpose, that is myosin. So these are some of the examples. Just keep in remember which protein and what are the examples. And regarding the nutrient aspects, the proteins are classified as complete protein, partially complete protein, incomplete protein. So complete protein means nothing but when a food source, if it supplies all essential amino acids, then it is called as complete protein. If it lacks any essential amino acids, they are called as incomplete protein. And partially complete and incomplete, these both are lacking some other amino acids. Then what is the difference between this partially complete protein and incomplete protein? Partially complete protein அப்படின்னா, the particular protein source can maintain the life. So life is maintained but cannot promote the growth, then it is called as partially complete protein. For example, gliadin is a protein present in our wheat. So நமக்கு வந்து லைஃப் வந்து மெயின்டைன் ஆகும், ஆனால் வந்து growth ப்ரொமோட் பண்ணுறதுக்கான சான்சஸ் ரொம்ப கம்மி. they are called as partially complete proteins. Incomplete proteins அப்படின்னா அந்த பர்டிகுலர் சோர்ஸ் வந்து நம்மளுக்கு வந்து it is capable of growth and also maintaining life. லைஃபையும் மெயின்டைன் பண்ண முடியாது, at the same time does not promote any growth. இதுக்கு most example வந்து zein. It is a kind of a protein present in the maize. So complete protein, and all the source it includes the animal source. So animal source is the best example for the complete protein. So it supplies all essential amino acids. Whereas partially complete and incomplete proteins both includes the plant sources. So எல்லா plant sourcesமே கண்டிப்பா வந்து ஏதாவது ஒரு essential amino acids lacking இருக்கும். The only exception is the soya. So soya bean வந்து is the most exception case. So this is the examples. Complete protein அப்படின்னா most dairy, meat, and also the animal source. And soya products, it's only plant source which comes under the complete protein is the soya bean. Whereas incomplete protein all plant source except the soya bean. And the main functions of protein, the functions of protein is nothing but it is important component of the muscle, and it performs the functions like enzymes and hormones. So you all know the various functions of protein, and these are the functions of protein. So now we see the digestion and absorption. This is the most important title that we have to keep in remember. So we are consume so through our stomach, through the mouth we are taking the proteinous substance. So we are mastered the food substance and directly enters into the stomach. So in the stomach we know HCl and pepsins are secreted, and these two acts on the protein, and protein is a complex molecule. So the protein is a complex, so it contains, so this particular protein is a complex one. So it has linked together many peptide bonds. So it must be break down into the small amino acids. So the digestion is also taken place in the small intestine. So in small intestine, the pancreatic enzymes, it plays a major role, which containing the chymotrypsin and trypsin. These are the chemical compounds which acts on the bonds, the specific bonds in the amino acid sequence. Then also some other enzymes like aminopeptidase and dipeptidase. These are the two enzymes that also act on the peptide bonds and break down into the amino acids. And this is a simple picture representing the digestion of the protein. So protein, it is split up into a large polypeptides. So many large polypeptides will be splitted or digested, and then further it is digested as a small short peptide and amino acids, and further the last end product is the amino acids. So till the amino acids is formed, the enzymes will act on the peptide bonds and break the structure. So once the amino acid is produced, so this will be taken by the blood vessels, and it will be taken to the targeted organs. And the most important deficiency is the marasmus. So this is the important deficiency, marasmus, then Kwashiorkor, and these two symptoms are due to the deficiency of protein. So marasmus அப்படிங்கும்போது எப்படின்னா வேஸ்டிங் ஆஃப் மசில்ஸ் வேஸ்டிங், இந்த ஒன்லி போன் அண்ட் ஸ்கின் மட்டும் தெரிகிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். Kwashiorkorங்கிறது என்ன அப்படின்னா பிளாட்டட், அதாவது ஸ்கின்னு வந்து எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா பிளாட்டட், அதாவது பிளாட்டட் பெல்லி, வயிறு வீங்கின மாதிரி இருக்கும், அதான் வந்து Kwashiorkor. So marasmus and Kwashiorkor ரெண்டுமே வந்து deficiency of protein. So for further deficiency symptoms, just to compare the tabulation which is already given in the previous lectures, I think lecture 3. So in that also the marasmus Kwashiorkor difference between கொடுத்துருக்கேன், அதை வந்து ரெஃபரன்ஸ் பார்த்துக்கோங்க. And regarding the RDA requirement, just concentrate on this section only, protein. So how much we have to take? 60 gram per day for the man and 55 gram per day for the woman. This is enough. Just in a general இது மட்டும் பார்த்துக்கோங்க, remaining thing is no need. So just to see the protein requirement for the men and women, and also for children, especially infants, about 1.6 gram, and for the children is about 20 gram. And regarding the protein, so value of protein, நம்ம எடுக்கிற protein வந்து எப்படிலாம் நம்ம வந்து evaluate பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா, so many parameters இருக்கு. The most important parameters இதை எடுத்துக்கலாம். So biological value of protein என்ன அப்படின்னா, protein is made up of amino acids and amino acids containing nitrogen. So எவ்வளோ நைட்ரஜன் அப்சர்வ் பண்ணுறோம், அது எவ்வளோ நைட்ரஜன் retained in our body, அதுதான் வந்துட்டு biological value of protein. It is expressed in percentage. And protein efficiency ratioங்கிறது என்ன அப்படின்னா, so how much protein we are taking and for that how much weight is increased, it is called as protein efficiency ratio. Protein source நிறைய இருக்குது, பட் எல்லா protein source-மே weight gain-க்கு வந்து யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்குமான்னு தெரியாது. ஸோ அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி we can compare the highly proteinaceous and non-proteinaceous-ங்கிறது அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம கிளாஸிஃபை பண்ணலாம். And net protein utilization can be calculated by the formula digestibility coefficient into biological value divided by the protein intake. Digestibility coefficient என்ன அப்படின்னா, நம்ம எவ்வளோ எடுக்கிறோம், so how much the protein is digested and அதில் வந்து how much is absorbed in our body, அந்த கம்பேரிசன் பண்ணுறது தான் coefficient of digestibility. ஸோ நம்ம கன்சியூம் பண்ணுற எல்லாமே வந்து டைஜஸ்ட் ஆகணும், அந்த டைஜஸ்ட் ஆகிற ப்ரோட்டீன்லேருந்து how much is taken by our body and is expressed in the percentage. This is called as the coefficient of digestibility. Just remember the formula and what are the parameters that can be used for evaluating the protein. This is the overall things about the protein. It is made up of amino acids, and here you have to collect the information regarding the essential amino acids na enna, non-essential amino acids na enna. Essential amino acids means amino acids which is not produced by our body. It is highly supplied to our body by the diet. Whereas non-essential amino acids, it can be synthesized in our body. And one more classification is there, that is called as conditional amino acid. So conditional amino acids அப்படினா என்னன்னா, just see the here examples. Phenylalanine அப்படிங்கிறது என்ன அப்படின்னா, it is an essential amino acid, and triosine is not the essential amino acid அதான். But triosine வந்து it is essential, it is synthesized in our body from the phenylalanine. இதிலிருந்து தான் triosine வந்து ப்ரொடியூஸ் ஆகும் பாடியில். ஸோ triosine is the non-essential and phenylalanine is essential. It is supplied to our diet. ஆனால் இது ப்ராப்பராக நம்மளுக்கு வந்து டயட்டில் சப்ளை ஆகலைன்னா என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா திஸ் ட்ரையோசின் பிகம்ஸ் இன்சஃபிஷியன்ட். ஸோ இப்போ கண்டிப்பாக ட்ரையோசின் ஆல்சோ மஸ்ட் பி சப்ளை த்ரூ அவர் டயட். அதுக்கு பேர் தான் கண்டிஷனலி எசென்ஷியல் அமினோ ஆசிட். தி நான் எசென்ஷியல் அமினோ ஆசிட் விச் இஸ் மேட் அஸ் தி எசென்ஷியல் அமினோ ஆசிட் த்ரூ அவர் டயட் தான் வந்து கண்டிஷனலி எசென்ஷியல் அமினோ ஆசிட். And protein deficiency, these are some of the things. Okay, these are some of the questions. Just recall and try to collect the answers for these questions. So with this I am going to end this section. So if you have any doubts you can ask me. So this lecture already is taken in our class. So for your reference I am taking this again. So recall it and try to remember each and every point. Thank you.